Very good morning, students, to you all. Today we will be starting the next topic of preference shares. As we have discussed in the previous class, that the shares which are distributed to the shareholders who have preferential right over when dividend is paid, the preferential right to pay that dividend to those shareholders are known as preference shareholders. The recipient of the dividend which is paid in prior to the shareholders, that is preference shares. Okay, students, so we'll be starting advantages of preference shares. We have done the various types of preference shares in the previous class, right? So now we'll be doing advantages of preference shares. Starting with it, you know that first of all, the preference shares are paid to the shareholders who have preferential right over receiving the shares, right? So if you hold the preference shares of a company, you are entitled to earn fixed dividend as per the predefined rates. So the rates are already defined in prior according to the notice in the company. Then out of the dividend, when it is paid to the shareholders, to the preference shareholders, right, that dividend which is paid, it is paid at the fixed rate which was decided in advance, right, students? Preference shares provide higher rate of return than bonds. So what they say that, there are bonds which have some rate of interest, and you invest into the bonds, and with the year, with the some time gap, you get some return over it. So what they say that the preference shares, they provide a higher rate of returns than bonds, right? Then these shares have lower risk than equity shares and are suitable for medium risk investors. Now what happens, students? You know that whenever there is profit in the organization, whatever the profit is, but the preference shareholders, they are definitely paid out of the profits, okay? But if we talk about the equity shareholders, what is in their case is that if there is profit, it is first of all distributed to the preference shareholders. But if there is no remaining profit left, then those equity shareholders, they are not paid. So sometimes there are times that equity shareholders are not paid out of the profits. Okay, students? If the company goes bankrupt, preference shareholders are paid before equity shareholders. I've just told you now, students, that in case of any liquidation, in case of anything, any winding up or anything, you know that the profits has to be distributed among the shareholders or owners. First of all, the thing is considered that if the company has sufficient profits, right, the preference shareholders, that is compulsion to pay the preference shareholders, okay? But if there are no profits left, equity shareholders can be also ignored, okay? So if you talk about the preference shareholders, you know that they have the first preferential right over receiving the dividend. As per the Income Tax Act 1961, dividends earned from preference shares are tax free up to 10 lakh. So see how they are beneficial, okay? So whatever the dividend received from the preference shares, they are tax free up to 10 lakh, they are tax free, okay? No tax is charged from the persons, from the preference shareholders, okay, students? Then what is the advantage of the preference shares to the issuing company? Who is the issuing company? Who is issuing the shares to the people, okay? The cost of raising capital from preference share is less than equity shares. So the cost of raising the capital which is raised from the preference shares, that is much less than equity shares, okay? The company is not bound to pay dividend of its profits in a particular year are insufficient except from cumulative preference shares, okay? So in this case, what they say that the company is not bound to pay So yes, what is there, that company is not bound to pay any dividend of its profits in a particular year if the profits which are received by the company are insufficient. Okay. So what they say, but in case of preference shares, there is one preference share that is cumulative, which we have done in the types. In case of the cumulative preference shares, whatever is the situation, the company has to pay out of the profits or out of the funds the company have. Okay. So they can't ignore. So this is the type of preference share in which the dividend can't be ignored. Okay. But in case of equity shares, they can be ignored. And in case of other preference shares, they also can be ignored. Okay. So the next one is preference shareholders do not get any voting rights. As we know that all the preference shareholders, they don't have any voting right in the company. It means they can't vote for any person. They can't vote for any type of decision. They can't vote for any type of election of any representative in the company. So what happens with this? They say that if the preference shareholders, right, they are at a minority in case of voting rights, they are at minority, that they don't have the voting rights. With this, would they say that a company can manage itself in a very good way without any interference of the other shareholders? So it's advantage of issuing company. And the disadvantages of preference shares are, you know that preference shares do not have voting rights, hence they cannot raise issues to the management or control the decision of the company. So if it is an advantage also to the issuing company, but it is also a disadvantage to the investors. Okay. Because then the preference shareholders, they cannot take any decision, the decision making. So when it arises, when there are cases arises, in case of any issues, in case of any decision, the preference shareholders, they are not eligible for the decisions. Okay. Preference shareholders, they are only paid fixed dividend. Okay. The dividend which is decided in advance, they are only paid that much. Okay. There is like nothing like if there is more profit that they will be paid more, but whatever the rate is decided in advance, they are paid only in respective to the rate which is decided priorly. Okay, students. So preference shares cannot be easily bought and sold as equity shares. You know that in case of equity shares, the companies, they can invite applications and issue the shares to the general public, and afterwards they can also buy back the shares in case of equity shares. Okay, so what they say, then in case of preference shares, they cannot buy the preference shares easily and sold as equity shares. Okay, then dividend income more than rupees 10 lakh will be taxed at 10%. So what they say, it's a disadvantage that the income, which is, as I have told you, that there is no tax in advantages, that there is no tax charged on preference shares up to 10 lakhs, right? And up to 10 lakh, when it is above the 10 lakh situation, then it is taxed 10% directly. Then the disadvantages to the issuing company, then the company who is issuing the preference shares, what is the disadvantages it have? Okay, so paying yearly dividend can be financial burden to the company. You know that in case of students, preference shares, the dividend has to be paid to the preference shareholders, right? In case of the dividend is sufficient. But in case also the dividend is insufficient, you know that cumulative preference shareholders, they are entitled to that dividend also. So what they say, that it is a burden for a company. A company has to arrange from anywhere the dividend and has to pay it to the shareholders, right, students? Then unlike equity capital, a company cannot use preference share capital permanently. It has to be repaid. So you know that the investors, the preference shareholders have invested in a company. They've invested some amount, students, right? But what is the situation is, they have also to pay that amount to the company also, right? If they are investing into a company and afterwards, you know that the company is also paying them as a dividend, right? But in case of equity shareholders, they have invested into the company, but if there are insufficient profits, they are not entitled to that dividend, right? So this is the difference. Then what they say, that the preference shareholders who receive the preference shares, they are Their preference shares are redeemed compulsorily within 20 years. Okay. The company would require huge cash for this purpose also. Investors who have high risk appetite prefer investing in stocks, whereas conservative investors invest in debentures. To attract the investors, the company has to offer a high rate of dividend. So this is in the case of disadvantages of issuing company. The next topic which we are going to do is, how does a company issue preference shares? Now, how these preference shares are issued? Can you tell me? Okay. So yes, the company needs to ensure if issuing preference shares are authorized under AOA, that is Articles of Association, that is a legal document according to the Companies Act. Okay. Then in annual general meeting, AGM, with the help of explanatory system, relevant facts are discussed as, now what are discussed in case of annual general meeting? When there is annual general meeting conducted, the various points related to preference shares are discussed over there, like size of the issue, how many shares are to be issued, number of preference shares to be issued, what is the value of the shares, then what is the nature of shares, what type of preference shares are these, convertible, non-convertible, redeemable, not redeemable, okay, cumulative, etc. Term of issue, that these are issued for a term of how many, how much time, okay. Then what is the rate of dividend, which will be decided in advance, and tenure of redemption, when it will be redeemed, okay. The current shareholding pattern of the company, that what's the pattern which is going to follow in this case. Then exception, dilution of equity shares upon conversion in case of the nature of the share is convertible, okay. And after the resolution is passed by the company, okay, the company files a statement with the registrars of the companies within 30 days related to the preference shares. So this is all about the preference shares, advantages, disadvantages, and how does the company issue preference shares.